Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We've got our second best of three of the night coming up here for the Korean Starletter Season 9 playoffs. I'm Zyori, and with me now is
Merlini Toda.
Oh, this guy, yeah. We got K5 here. And we've got MVP Hot6 versus Birdgang.
Right.
So,
fun matchup.
Pretty exciting. Is there a Dota 2 lounge bet for this?
There should be. I thought I saw some posted.
Dota 2 lounge. What are we looking at here? This is a good time. Okay, so, wow. Okay, I was like, I looked at the top one at first. I was like, oh no. Okay, so it is Birdgang 77%, 23 for Hot6.
I told you they were a favorite.
That sounds appropriate-ish.
Yeah. Hot6 is good, but they're not.
Radiant team pick.
Yeah. Fantastic.
And we fixed our sync issue here as well. So
yeah,
so
hopefully.
Yeah, it looks like it's better though. I think my mic might be mispositioned a little bit here. Anyway, this draft is actually well underway, so I think we can just hop on into it here. And oops, let's hide this middle. Yeah, there we go. So, all right, MVP Hot6. Wow, this draft went really fast. It just started a moment ago. These teams know what they want to play.
Haven't used any bonus time.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, seriously, this is like cruising. Everybody knows what they want to do. So Birdgang will start off with Bat Rider and then grab themselves Ancient Apparition. We've seen, I know Bat Rider is popular here in the Korean scene. We saw him banned out a little bit in the first series. Not surprised to see him picked up here. The first pick, Crystal Maiden with Mirana. Then they'll grab the Abaddon Weaver duo with their third and fourth picks.
Abaddon Weaver is very strong. It's a good combo. Usually when you have a Weaver, you want to get some type of survivability support behind him. So you can throw an Aphotic Shield on him if he wants to dive the tower, heal him up with Mist Coil, etc., etc. So Abaddon Weaver is a good combo. But Birdgang picking up the top-tier Chinese support duo, the AA Shaman.
AA, yeah, it's pretty scary. Both of them, I like these two supports together because they have very different skill sets. Rasta is really good at pushing. Ancient Apparition is really good at defending pushes. Rasta has a lot of crowd control, and Ancient Apparition has
a lot of like kill potential.
A lot of damage. Yeah, Shatter is pretty scary. So this is what I like. It's basically the polar opposite of Ancient Apparition and Venomancer.
Yeah.
You know, and to credit that duo, we actually did see an AA Veno combo that worked really well and dominated, but
to be fair, it was Cloud9.
That was a 55-minute game. Yes, it was Cloud9, so a little different, but still, I don't want to poo-poo that combo too much. But anyhow, it will be an Invoker fourth pick. Very exciting.
Someone's been watching their Chinese Dota.
Ooh, Invoker. I like seeing Invoker, man. He's a fun hero.
Invoker's great. I definitely prefer Birdgang's lineup right now. Hot6, this is a very 6.79 lineup from Hot6. And that's not a bad thing. But I feel like Birdgang has done their homework better, I guess.
Yes.
Not to say that strict, just laying still with the meta means that you play better, but
no, you make a fair point though. They have very what I would call like new agey heroes keeping up with this meta. MVP Hot6, like Weaver Abaddon, that was a popular duo. While even just Weaver in general, he's not so hot in 6.
Weaver was the Morphling of TI3. He was by far the most picked carry hero.
Even Crystal Maiden, again, 6.79 or 6.78. That's where she was. Yeah,
Crystal Maiden friends.
Top tier. And now, I mean, she's just fallen off. So they have some outdated
she's stupid,
heroes.
Dude.
She's stupid.
she got her brain nerfed.
Yep. See you later, intelligence. We're gonna have to
intelligence reduced.
Take a little bit off that.
She was out partying too late. She drank too much. Lost too many brain cells.
That AR video was so funny. The Magnus with the pipe just and she's in the background just smacking herself in the head.
Yeah, that's true.
So we'll see what Hot6 want to do with their final choice. They will need a mid hero of sorts. TA was the final ban from Birdgang, and not a bad choice. They could go with a Dragon Knight here. That wouldn't be too bad. Nice.
Might be their mid hero.
Nice stunner. It's possible. That's certainly true, but.
Know how.
I'm not sure how Hot6 want to lane this. They could do duo lanes with a 2-1-2, like a Weaver Abaddon, Crystal Maiden Mirana. They could do a tri-lane with the Weaver and throw Mirana in the off lane. They could put Mirana mid and then grab an off laner here. There are a lot of options. If they wanted to put Mirana mid, or well, they could grab a Clockwork and then either Mirana or Clock could go mid or off lane. We did see a Clockwork mid in the series just before this. So
what I would prefer to see is an aggressive tri-lane out of the Weaver Abaddon Crystal, because Ancient Apparition, Shadow Shaman, not the best defensive supports in a lane.
Yes.
Ancient Apparition, like, he's got good lane presence with Chilling Touch, but
he's the opposite of defensive. He's aggressive.
he's an aggressive.
Yeah.
So if you can run something like an Abaddon Weaver Crystal Maiden, which is in a very aggressive lane against him, up in his face, and you're taking engagements when he can't get a good Chilling Touch off on several of his own heroes, it a lot of damage.
10 seconds
and
remaining.
so, yeah, okay, so they will get a
go.
Radiant
Yeah,
team
nice mid hero.
I feel like this is going to be a solo safe Weaver and an aggressive tri-lane. My guess, and I'm
Maybe it is.
sticking to it.
Yeah, I mean, that's not a bad guess. And aggressive tri-lane with Weaver Abaddon does work really well because he can Shikuchi into the tower, he has a Photic Shield, it keeps him alive, also does a little bit of damage as well, and then if he gets into a sticky situation, he can always get healed up by that Mist Coil. So that is definitely not out of the realm of possibility.
The Birdgang
10
has to
seconds
think,
remaining.
well, we have to pick a carry hero that's not going to get completely shut down by this aggressive tri-lane, because
5
surely
seconds
Birdgang is...
remaining.
Right? So they're thinking, what
Yeah.
carry can we pick that isn't going
Reserve
to get
time.
absolutely pooped on?
Slark has been banned out already, and he...
Dire team
Luna.
Your engagements, that right click, 3 ranged heroes, Chilling Touch, Lunar Blessing, it does a lot of damage. So.
Yeah, exactly
It's okay.
right. In that early laning phase, it's not quite as scary as Lycan Ancient Apparition, but it's a similar flavor with the aura and the
Right.
Chilling Touch. So they can definitely put out plenty of damage, and they have the crowd controls from Shadow Shaman to maybe grab a first blood if they're not careful. I guess Shadow Shaman really isn't ideal for that Chilling Touch because he'll probably grab Shackle level 1, so he'll be disabling, not
He's a
throwing in.
ranged. Any
yeah,
ranged hero with
still
Chilling
isn't.
Touch is okay.
Yeah, still isn't. Certainly not bad, just one of those kind of like...
You don't want like a Sand King with Chilling Touch because he's not going to be able to right click much. Any ranged hero
Yeah.
makes a lot more use out of Chilling Touch than your average.
Yeah,
10
I
seconds
kind of just like
remaining.
this Birdgang draft a little bit better. I see, like,
Yeah.
it's just a little bit more well-rounded, I think. And here we go, got our overlays all set up. All right, so we are in game 1 of this best of
Prepare
3
for
series, our
battle.
last best of 3 of the night. And wow, MVP, they're off to the races. They will do a 5-man grouping down here towards the bottom lane. Looks like they may want to put some wards down, a couple of sentries on the Abaddon, and yeah, a couple of observers here on the Crystal Maiden. Look at that Crystal Maiden hairdo as well. I've never...
I hate that hairdo.
it's cute. Oh, why? It's so...
It's like,
A goddess with bobbed hair.
oh god.
He's placed 529 wards with this
My god.
rare hairdo here, K-pop Tosis.
I'm glad that like in this fantasy world of Dota they have like hair straighteners.
Yeah, what are you gonna do? So MVP, they'll move down here into this this area here, and they will go ahead and throw down an observer ward. BG, they won't be in a
30
position to contest it,
seconds.
and they won't know exactly where it is. They'll
Oh,
take the
they-
high ground.
This was a bad decision to check this Roche. If they actually go, oh, an arrow hits.
It connects on Tenbird. Now this Shadow Shaman, he's in big
What?
trouble.
Why do you check Roche? This is not a lineup that can do Roche. I was talking to
Yeah.
you about how easy it is to do Roche, but there's not a single ability besides like
This is...
Mist Coil that's good against Roche.
They don't have anybody that could tank it. This is... Yeah, I totally agree with you. I'm not so sure that... Wow.
So you
Interesting.
extend your
Time to
hero
get
out
angry
across
with
the
each
river
other.
just to check Roche when there's no chance in hell that MVP's actually doing Roche.
Yeah, well done by MVP, though. Really nice arrow right over the tree line right here. Very difficult to dodge. And just, well, overall, good execution from MVP to get things started. So they're off to the races here. We'll see what Birdgang can do. Let's talk about these rosters. Though on the Radiant side, we do have Team Birdgang. It will be a safe lane tri-lane. 10 Bird on the Shadow Shaman. He was the one that took the spill to get things started. JYU on the Ancient Apparition, and we will have Febby playing on the Luna down here in the bottom lane. MP will be solo mid Invoker. He will start off with that point in Quas, probably a Quas Lex Invoker, but we'll see how it goes. And up top it will be the offlane Bat Rider, played by Sky.
And have we done MVP?
On the
I
Dire,
was
we
looking
have
around.
not.
Okay, awesome.
It's all you,
Well, on the
buddy.
Dire, we have Puck, played by Danny Boy. Up on the top lane, we have the Crystal Maiden, played by Dubu, getting ready to stack these camps. Alongside her in lane is the Moon Rider Marana, played by Andrew. In the bottom lane, we have a dual lane. I can't see it because it's green, it's Adam on the Weaver, joined by the Abaddon, which is Sunday.
Sunday, and oh, we'll see some action down here in the bottom lane.
And you're going to see how
Shackle
much
onto the
damage
Abaddon.
this Chilling Touch does on ranged heroes.
Oh, God, that's such an easy kill right there. There's just nothing the Abaddon can do. He gets shackled and right-click down. Luna did go first point in Lunar Blessing, so...
Yeah.
That's plus 14 damage to every hero, and then Chilling Touch at level 1 is another 50 for 3 attacks.
Yeah, so you're getting plus 64 damage across 3 heroes.
It's
It's like having another hero in the lane.
yeah, it really is. Like, it's only 3 attacks, but still that's 150 damage across 3 heroes. That's 450 damage that Chilling Touch.
How
can put
often
out.
before like 3 minutes are you getting more than 3 attacks off in a time?
Fair point. You make
And
the
there
fair
they're
point.
gonna go
Uh-oh.
again, and why
Adam,
not?
He'll get stuck inside the shackle, but yeah, they won't do much more beyond that. I have to sign out of Steam here real quick. Forgot to reset the computer.
And this is why they should have ran a tri-lane, because now they're just gonna lose both of these lanes.
Yeah, it is that 2-on-2 that I had originally thought, and I totally agree with you. I think the tri-lane would have been a lot better. Like, so far, what has this Crystal Maiden been able to do? Batrider is still 4-2 in last hits compared to the 5-0 Mirana. So they're not zoning out Sky. He's still getting experience. He's getting farm. He's already got his boots up. And Crystal Maiden is basically just farming the jungle. And
Yeah, Timber's looping around again. He wants to go on Sunby once again.
yeah, this,
Killing Touch.
oh, they might be able to get a counter kill onto the Ancient Apparition. Weaver will come out of the Shikuchi. They've already used the Aphotic Shield, but it's a 2-for-1. Definitely not worth it.
No.
Weaver at least gets the kill before he dies, so he gets a little bit of solo experience there, but an obvious 2-for-1, and Luna will be the big breadwinner here and should be taking over, yep, #1 on net worth. 1-0-2 at the 3-minute mark.
I think even P was worried about the tri-line. The strength of the Lunar Blessing plus Chilling Touch is why they tried to dodge the tri-v try, but by doing so, they just lost the lane entirely. And Weaver is much more farm dependent than the Mirana, right? So it's the Weaver is someone you have to worry much more about being safe and sound in the laning stage, and instead they're throwing away their Weaver.
Well,
But he's gonna
Weaver,
dive
yeah, he
on
might be able to
Febby.
get a kill onto Febby here. He's got the Aphotic Shield on.
Oh.
It will be Abaddon that gets credit for the kill, but that's the power of the Abaddon-Weaver combo. That's an easy dive right there.
Yeah, see, that's what I wanted to happen, and I feel. I don't know. I feel like if they could have done the tri-lane, they could have happened more often.
Yeah.
But the kills have been even so far.
It is tied up 3-3 here at the 3.5-minute mark, and what bothers me about CM is that she's not even helping the top lane. If she was up here completely zoning out the Batrider and he was getting nothing right now, then this is worth it. But they're losing this bottom lane, even though Weaver did get that solo or that kill onto Febby, still isn't enough. Luna's still in really good shape. Crystal Maiden solo farming the jungle, it's good, but it's just not good enough. The trade-off isn't high enough. Like, yeah, she'll get some experience, she'll get some farm, but winning these lanes is more important. Now Danny's in big trouble in the mid. 10-bird rotate. That's a shackle. Cold Snap has started off. Killing spree for the Shadow Shaman. He's 3-1-1. He's off to one hell of a start.
Indeed.
And yeah, BG are just in good shape here. Adam will poke forward, but now he takes a Lucent Beam. And yeah, it is kind of a duo lane down here, but Shadow Shaman, he'll rotate down. There will be an invisibility picked up at the 4-minute mark, the bottom position, and they need to be careful. If Adam gets caught just a little bit too far forward, this should be an easy kill. And there's actually no dire ward coverage here, so they have no idea that it was an invisibility rune.
No.
This is bad.
I think Tinbird's gonna be able to go here. He's gonna try to go for Sunby because he's much easier kill.
Yeah.
And there it is.
Shackle comes out. Chilling Touch is already on, and Abaddon, well, he's going to get the Aphotic Shield, but I just don't think it's enough. A few more right clicks. Easy peasy. Lucent Beam to finish him. Weaver will actually grab a kill on the Ancient Apparition. Adam very low, but he will be able to Shikuchi away. So a 1-for-1, not that bad of a trade. Could have been worse. At least Weaver gets a kill.
Tri-lane versus duel.
But now he's coming
I'm
around.
being so cheeky right now.
Yeah, and this is a little bit risky. If Febby had continued to pursue, he might have been able to connect with a Lucent Beam. While we were watching that exchange, though, he did miss a kill in the mid. Invoker grabbed a solo kill on the Puck. And that is scary. Puck is level 5, and Invoker is halfway to level 8. That is worse than this bottom lane. Now Febby, he may die again. Scarabs come out. Adam will be able to dive this. He did use the salve. Smart play from Febby, just not enough. And now this Weaver is stuck in kind of no man's land. Doesn't matter, though. There's nobody nearby to punish him. He will walk away. Two very low health heroes down bottom. So this duo lane actually starting to do some work as they pick up another kill on the Luna. Weaver actually has taken over on the net worth chart. He's 300 up on the Luna.
They're making us kind of eat our words a little bit about how the dual lane wasn't as good. Now, we saw how strong this combo can be.
Yeah.
And so they're making it work despite.
Well, the trade-off was Shadow Shaman left the lane to gank mid, and that's when it was a duo lane versus duo lane. And yeah, he's going to come around now. Adam's in big trouble. This is a free kill right here. There's the Hex, and Easy kill. But anyhow, before that, when it was a duo lane, obviously a Bat and Weaver have the better duo lane over a Luna Ancient Apparition. They just have more sustainability. He can dive the tower. But I think the gank mid was worth it. For the break even down bottom, Invoker is just stomping Puck right now. Puck's about 1 creep from level 6. Invoker is now level 8. Look at the net worth difference. Almost 3k on MP, 1200 on Danny. Phase boots versus no boots. Mid is just a disaster for MVP.
Right. And what Birdgang's been able to do here is they've been able to keep their own as they try to go up.
Uh-oh, yeah, Sky's in trouble. He does have a lasso, though. He'll pull Andrew into the tower.
Oh, what a turnaround.
Oh, the arrow off the mark. And, yeah, he'll turn it around. Invoker ports in. Tornado. See you later, Crystal Maiden. That's a 2-0 going the other way. Birdgang with some momentum.
Well played by Sky.
Yeah, very well played.
And so what we've seen is that Crystal Maiden has just been able to not rotate at all.
Yeah, she has just had no impact.
She's been stuck. See, when you run these dual lanes, you really want your supports to be pretty malleable into where they can go. They can kind of move between lanes. They can rotate. And MVP is the one that's been able to move their supports around wherever they feel like.
Yeah. And even like Crystal Maiden, she's just been focusing on farming, except for that failed gank right there. She's only level 3, just about to hit level 4. Shadow Shaman, he's done the complete opposite. He's got 1 creep kill, or pardon me, 4 creep kills. No, well, he has 1 creep kill total, but he's 4, 1, and 2. And hero kills, deaths, and assists. Yeah, sorry, that was some fail. I was like, wait, no. I kept going back and forth there. But the kills have been more worth it. Yeah, oh no, now Febby's in some trouble. It is a 4-man rotation. Maybe they can grab another kill. Shadow Shaman. He's in some trouble. He's just going to try and pour it out. He knows the Dream Coil's down. Dubu does not have a Frostbite. And a nice heads-up play right there from Tenbird.
That was smart. Realizing that all the abilities were on cooldown that could break him out of the TP and just goes ahead and uses it.
Yeah.
But JU might be caught out.
Is it JU or JYU? You know, is it like I know when we're casting Asian teams generally, but he's dead regardless. And the Bat Rider will come in. Maybe we'll hold that thought for just a moment. He'll get frostbitten straight away, and yeah, he'll survive. But living life on the edge here. So I know usually with Asian teams that if there's like 3 letters like that, you say the letters. But is he JU instead of JYU, or do you just are we both clueless on this one?
I've got no clue, dude.
I don't know. Korean Dota has not been on my sleep schedule, so I haven't watched as much as I would have liked.
Well, the unfortunate thing for me is it has been on my sleep schedule somewhat, but I've just watched Charlotte Korea instead, and they're going to look at this.
Yeah. Sky, it's going to be another 4-man gank. Nice use of the Moonlight Shadow, though. Sky did not see it coming, and they did that kind of feign that they were going to back, and they do turn it into a 2-0. But
when all else fails, man, just death ball.
Yeah, but space created. They do take out the tier 1 tower in the mid lane. Shadow Shaman isn't even level 6 yet. That was without roster wards. And I'm not so sure MVP will be able to grab this tier 1 tower down to the bottom.
Is under attack.
EG will be rotating down, and they are ready to fight. There is an Eclipse available on Luna, and she will not hesitate to use it. Still 4 members of MVP. They're now in retreat mode. Invoker in the front lines. He is cruising. There's the Tornado EMP. Will connect on to Sunbeat, pardon me. Dream Coil comes out, does connect on 2. And now MP takes a Frostbite, Illusory Orb. Birdgang are kind of on the back foot here. Luna still with the Eclipse available. At the very least, they will keep their tier 1 tower alive, so they still make a pretty good exchange. Basically, 2 heroes for a tier 1 mid. Kind of a break even.
I just want to talk about how early all these lanes just completely broke down.
Yeah, we're not even 10 minutes in, and it's already 9 to 8. 5-man rotations coming out.
Exactly. The laning stage has been over for the last 2 minutes.
Can't even really say that there was much of a laning stage here, to be frank.
There was
a little bit.
A little bit, because we talked about those that
for a good 4 minutes or so.
That Tri-V dual engagement that was going on bot.
Invoker's very close to his mech, and this is a great mech timing. And he's really farmed. He's way ahead on the net worth chart. He's about 50% ahead of the leading farmer on the Dire, who is the Weaver at about 3k, Invoker at 4.5. He's going to have Phase Boots mech at like the 10.5 minute mark as the courier delivers the recipe.
How many mechanisms do you see built?
Not that many. It's not a very common first item. 4 staff after Phase Boots is really the big common choice that you see these days. But going in early mech is never a bad thing, in my opinion. And I think Invoker he's an okay mech carrier. Maybe not the best, but it's the timing in this game that makes it particularly
and it's good situational awareness, because there's a lot of fighting going on. Right?
Yes, exactly. Any kind of early fighting.
Tenbird getting that
5-man rotation for MVP, but Tenbird will survive. Eclipse comes out. That's enough to finish off the Crystal Maiden, and now this fight will totally break out. The Dream Coil comes. Moonlight Shadow, but they're fighting under the tower, so it will only do so much. Sky taking a lot of damage, but he will grab a lasso onto Andrew. That's a dead Marana. And now the Moonlight Shadow will expire in just about 5 seconds or so. Birdgang will pursue. It has expired. Sunbee in big trouble. And
Bar time's already gone.
Too speedy. Gets the aquatic shield, a little bit more damage. They will have enough to finish him off. But Puck hops in. Wayne Rick doing a lot, but where's the follow-up? EMP flies. The Weaver gets dropped. Danny will phase shift the EMP. Nicely done. Still a disastrous fight for MVP. It is a 3-0.
And that Meg did some work.
Yeah, that's true. Great timing for the mech. That's the power of the early mech, man. I feel like a lot of teams undervalue how good mech is. I would go as far as saying it's an underrated item because
it's a trade-off, right? Because your core hero is having to spend 2 gold on a support item instead of a well, yeah, 2 gold. 2 gold, yeah, really,
2 gold. Well, that's a
really cost efficient. That value, man. And you see an MP come out.
Oof. Tornadoes actually does connect with Dubu there. And, oh, wow, the Abaddon. The wards come down. Won't do too much damage. Will end up being a little bit of free gold going the way of EMP as they get repelled.
Yeah, like I said, it's a trade-off between having your core hero having to sink 2k gold into a support item versus a more core item. So it's very situational. And I think
you mean like your mid getting like an
your
invoker
solo mid getting it, like yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like an invoker getting it, like I'm trying to think of other mids that can get it.
Viper always gets it.
When Fada plays Dragon Knight, he gets mech.
Yeah.
Like that kind of thing. I think it's situational. If there's a lot of fighting going out, it's the best value you can get.
Yeah, I only say it's underrated because I think there are very few games when mech is not a cost-efficient item to pick up early on, like before the 20-minute mark, and we see a surprising amount of games where teams just they don't opt for a mech, they just don't get it, or they think, it's not early enough. We want it on our support, but they don't have enough farm, and I think it's just, especially if you can get it by like 10 minutes, it's huge. 250 health at this point, that's a third of Marana's hit points. You know, that's a huge amount of healing you can put out in an AoE, so I'm glad to see the mech come. It's a nice little change of pace. But Invoker, man, look at that net worth, 6,000. Weaver now at 3,500. Invoker almost doubling him. Sunbee in some trouble once again. That EMP is just so good against the Abaddon. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's good.
He just has no tools to deal with it. Up top, they will catch Danny in the lasso. Moonlight Shadow comes out, but they'll have plenty of damage to finish him off. One Lucent Beam to take him down low, and Bat Rider actually gets credit for the kill. But this Puck, he is just piss poor right now. He's got his power treads complete, bottle magic wand, but that's it. We're at the 13-minute mark, and he is 0% of the way to that blink dagger.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate for them because if they need to find some way to make things happen. Because right now, Birdgang is the one that's initiating. They're the ones dictating the way this fight's going. I haven't seen a whole lot of aggressive Moonlight Shadows. The majority of these have been defensive, like to escape with.
They had that one down bottom, but all the others have been
right. Exactly. Yeah. So that's not really a situation you want to be in.
Yeah, and what's also scary about Puck's lack of blink is that there's already one up on the Shadow Shaman as well as the Bat Rider, so there's plenty of initiation on the side of Birdgang, and MVP, they're really relying on this Puck to find some good initiations. If they don't have Puck with a blink that can hop in and Dream Coil or Silence or what have you, it's kind of on this Marana to connect with an arrow to start off these fights, and although that's possible, that's just not a reliable spell that you want to be counting on.
Timber's going to initiate on Adam down here.
Yeah, he's in some trouble. EMP to start things off after the shackle, and Weaver will die before he can even get the time lapse. Arrow flies, but it's just a little too late. Now the Tornado connects with Andrew, and even the Tornado does a sizable amount of damage. I mean, look at this, the blink forward, Marana just dies. She just melts under the pressure. Dubu, same story, different chapter. He'll take a miscoil. He tries to fog in the trees, but they're happy to dive this tower. Triple kill coming out for MP.
That's what 6 points in Wex will give you. It's not. Usually we start seeing some points in Exort at this point, but
he's a speedy devil.
MP doesn't care. He doesn't want any of those Exort spells. He just
doesn't want any of that garbage.
All he wants is these Tornado MPs, the occasional cold snap.
The occasional cold snap.
I mean, that's all we've seen. Have we seen any other spells?
No, you're exactly right.
He doesn't have any other spells.
EMP Tornado, some cold snaps here. That's a casual cold snap mixed in. And that will translate to a Tier 1 and Tier 2 tower kill. It looks like this could be a quick game 1 here, K-Pop Tosis. We've got about a 12,000 gold lead, 10,000 experience for BG.
Yeah.
This is just...
This Weaver's net worth is lower than the Shadow Shaman's by a sizable margin.
Now they've just knocked down all these towers. There's only 2 remaining. Total tower count is 4-0, of course, in favor of Birdgang. Now let's take a look at inventories. Luna going the very greedy Helm of the Dominator first. there anything on the courier for her? Yes, there is an Ogre Club, so she'll be going into BKB. Force Staff now up on the Invoker following that mech that he grabbed that we talked about quite a bit. He's got another 2,300 gold just sitting in savings. So he's got even more gold than he knows what to do with right now, to be frank.
And this Weaver's still several minutes off from his Lincoln Sphere, which is... I know there's some groans that go out from the crowd when Weaver goes Lincoln's first item, but against a Bat Rider, it's pretty necessary.
Yeah, I think...
And he's still a solid 5 minutes off from...
And this is part of the reason that Weaver has fallen off as a prominent pick, and I like to call it Morphling Syndrome. You kind of need that Lincoln's core item first, and then you need another item after that before you get really scary. Andrew in the mid lane taking a lot of damage, but MP won't pursue to finish it off. But, you know, even once he gets the Lincolns, he still won't be that scary. He's going to need a Desolator or a Crit or something after that before you're like, oh god, it's Weaver! We better get the hell out of here, you know?
Exactly.
And by the time that happens, I mean, BG will be knocking on the front door, taking out tier 3 towers and picking on your racks. And that's what's scary. This Luna hasn't really come online yet, but she's still done a lot of damage. Up top, Adam's going to get caught. They just have so much crowd control to deal with this Weaver. He does not shine in a game where he can be locked down and there's enough damage to kill him before he can time lapse. And that's what we've seen now in like back-to-back-to-back kills on him.
Exactly.
Shadow Shaman is a good hero against Weaver, to be fair.
No, he's great. Any type of multiple CC is very strong against him, and they've got a lot of it. The Bat Rider, even the Luna, the Lucent Beam isn't great, but it kind of slows down, allows for the chase a little bit. It can pop the Lincolns when he gets the Lincolns, which is okay. And if you get some like Shackles into Cold Feet is not the worst thing in the world either.
Yeah, that's very true. And Mirana, she's only got phase boots up, working towards drums it looks like, and she does have a bracer. There will be a Moonlight Shadow coming out. Sky will blink forward, but doesn't have detection and won't be able to grab the Mirana. Arrow will fly, and it's off the mark. Now, MVP, can they find initiation? Puck with 1,500 gold, obviously still without a blink dagger. They're forced to basically watch this tower die. Sky will hop
great
forward.
aphotic shield.
Yeah, that does cleanse the lasso. So there you go, Zubu will survive. It's hard for a Bad to actually cleanse that because the cast range is so low, but well done. That totally neuters the power of the lasso. Here comes the Dream Coil, does connect with 3, but out comes the Eclipse. First to fall will be the Crystal Maiden. Invoker actually gets picked off. Down goes Weaver, Puck, and the Abaddon. So although they lose their mid-hero, it's still a 4-for-1. And Andrew not out of the clear quite yet. Sky hops forward, stealth it off, and 18 minutes, 23-9. I don't think that was a premature tap out. That would have been racks up top. What can MVP do at that point?
I hate to call it a case of the metas.
A case of the metas.
But it is indeed a case of the metas. Like, Birdgang that's a very, very trendy lineup they have, and for good reason. It's an extremely strong tri-lane. They have a lot of ability to do damage early with the Lunar Blessing plus Chilling Touch combo that we talked about so much. Invoker, as we all know, is an extremely strong pick this patch, and Bat Rider is just a hero can make a lot happen, and he doesn't have to be in a solo mid position to make it happen. He can go into the off lane and just get levels and